adventure, travel, and driving. There are three things that can turn a dull life into a blockbuster film full of laughs, mishaps, and the occasional, I can't believe we made it out of that one. They're part of the human experience, hardwired into our DNA from the days when our ancestors ventured beyond their caves to discover fire, new hunting grounds, and probably the world's first bad ideas or even directions. These adventures have had profound impact on all of us if you think about it, despite the occasional headache that it might bring on. Nothing says personal growth quite like navigating a French train station with zero knowledge of the language and your only French being croissant. Travel opens up your eyes. It makes you see the world the other way that people live, the way that they think, and the way that they eat. And sometimes it's better food than yours, but that's an interesting story for another time. It makes you more adaptable, more open-minded, and often more grateful for the little things like functional plumbing. And science backs this up. A 2013 study found that people who live or spend significant time abroad become more creative and better at problem solving. And if you can't get abroad, go someplace crazy like Tulsa. I hear it's crazy there. But apparently struggling to order food in Japan or haggling for souvenirs in Morocco, it does wonders for your brain. Who even knew? And did you know that before the pandemic, nearly 1.5 billion international trips were taken annually? Humans, we are explorers at heart. And even if that exploration involves a layover in an airport with overpicked snacks, you're still doing it. And let's be honest, adventure travel makes you exercise whether you like it or not. Hiking a mountain, you're getting in shape. Even strolling through a city on vacation, it's going to rack up the steps. It's basically cardio, but with gelato breaks depending on where you're going. And if you've been to Vegas, I know you know what I mean. Adventure also lights up our brain's reward system. A road trip along a scenic highway like PCH isn't just an Instagram highlight. It does something scientifically that's proven to lower stress. It really helps you. So taking a break from the grind is going to keep you healthier, mentally and physically. The American Psychological Association says that taking time off can reduce your risk of heart attacks. So absolutely, yes, that beach vacation could actually save your life, or at least your sanity. And have you ever tried to pitch a tent with your significant other? You know what I mean there? Camping. By the end of it all, you'll either be stronger as a couple or single. And all that joking aside, shared adventures actually bond people like nothing else. Laughing at missed flights, getting lost, or the rain ruining your perfect day. It all creates a special kind of camaraderie. Or maybe even drinking Red Bulls and eating nothing but meat sticks for 12 hours in the car driving to Florida listening to country music. But again, another interesting story for another time. Psychologists call it the bonding effect, but most of us call it just surviving together. But you know, there are drawbacks. Adventure isn't without its cost. Planes, trains, automobiles, they're not exactly saving the planet. Air travel contributes to 2.5% of global carbon emissions. If you're counting carbon, it's kind of a thing, but it's actually kind of not. That too, an interesting topic for another time. But remember, when everyone and their dog was taking selfies at that one cliffside spot in Bali, nature needs a break sometimes too. And the good news is that more people are embracing eco-friendly travel, and that's a good thing. And your wallet's going to wind up taking a hit. Adventures are amazing, but the credit card statement might disagree. Between flights, hotels, and a souvenir mug that you didn't need, the expenses add up quite quick, so keep your eyes on that. Just remember, though, camping under the stars is free. And hitchhiking, if you're feeling that adventurous. I don't recommend that. An adventure does come with risk. Driving in a country where road signs look like hieroglyphics, climbing cliffs without a guide, it can turn your trip into a real-life action movie without a stunt double. You got to be careful out there. especially if you're on a back road in the middle of Pennsylvania and don't even know where you are. Horror movies start that way. Be careful. From a philosophical standpoint, Soren Kierkegaard nailed it when he said, to venture causes anxiety, but not to venture is to lose yourself. So let's translate that. Getting out there, it's wicked scary, but staying put is even worse. Humans are natural explorers because, let's face it, our ancestors didn't sit still. And we're here today because some brave souls left the cave and decided to find out what's beyond the next hill. Or maybe they didn't leave the cave. Maybe they left the planet Mars and dropped you off. Again, interesting story for another time. So look, whether it's a wild road trip with friends, a solo backpacking adventure, or carefully planned vacation, these experiences are what make life so much richer. They teach us resilience. They give us stories to tell, and they remind us that there's a lot more to life than binge-watching TV. These are Interesting Things with JC.